As hosts of Gameplan, Akiko, Trisha, Revilson, and I had been witness to some pretty amazing sights. Our country plays host to a staggering array of landscapes, and life so diverse it is unmatched anywhere in the world.
But once in a while, it's good to remember that the beautiful sights that fill our camera lenses and leave lasting impressions in our memories may soon end up as just that, memories. Tonight's game plan is a tribute to a group of very special people dedicated to changing this harsh fact.
Akiko and I head back down to my hometown, Negros Occidental, where a group of dedicated individuals are fighting to preserve this province's fast-vanishing national treasures.
First, we check out what's left of Negros' remaining forests and visit a conservation center geared towards saving it and its endangered inhabitants.
Next, we land in an island paradise that has evolved over the years from an exploited and overfished area to a bountiful reserve that's been named the country's best managed reef. Akiko and I see why Denhugan Island is all that and more. Conservation 101.
We learn conservation from the best classrooms. Now you can learn from the second best version, watching us on tonight's episode and finding out how you can help save the environment. I'm Akiko.
And I'm Carlo.
And that's our game plan.
Negros was once a region teeming with life and biodiversity, with a 95% forest cover that was home to a rich variety of plants and animals. But since the 1800s, logging, timber poaching, and land clearing for the sugar haciendas have stripped it bare of its verdant greens. In little over a century, Negros has lost almost all of its primary forest, robbing its endemic wildlife of their homes.
It's safe to say that we have less than 4% forest cover, and ideally we should have at least 30. So that's how bad it is.
With these scary statistics, there is no doubt that Negros' endangered forests will be extinct in the next 10 years. But not if some people can help it.
By declaring forest areas like Mount Canlaon as natural protected parks, the government also plays an important role in environmental preservation, making them both natural and recreational havens for generations to come. Fortunately for Negros, one of the main thrusts of its local government is ecotourism, maintaining and rebuilding areas like Mount Canlaon and its environs so that locals and tourists can appreciate the natural wonders of Negros. Carlo and I trekked over to Quipot Falls, one of the many natural attractions located at the foot of the famed volcano, to see for ourselves how good an environmental job the government's done.
Pathetically, I'm from Negros, but I've never been there. That was my first time. So I was amazed to see something so pretty, so close to Bacolod City.
But if you don't feel like going outside the city to see the forest, in Bacolod City, the forest comes to you.
Right smack in the middle of this urban jungle is a real jungle. Well, sort of. The Negros Forest and Ecological Foundation. The Negros Forest Ecological Foundation, or NFEFI, is a non-stock, non-profit private organization committed to protect and conserve the environment, primarily in the island of Negros.
People realized that they needed to save the forest, so they formed that group, Save Our Forest Movement. And then from that, they realized that they needed to make it more solid by making it into an organization. So you have Negros Forest.
It's my baby sister, by the way. Now we know where all the brains went.
Since its formal establishment in 1986, the NFEFI has spearheaded a number of reforestation and conservation projects in Bacolod and in the North Negros Forest Reserve. To further their cause, NFEFI also set up the Biodiversity Conservation Center here in Bacolod City, a breeding and rescue station for endangered and endemic animals found in Negros and the Philippines. More importantly, it functions as a mini zoo/classroom where Filipinos, young and old, can learn more about the gospel of conservation education.
We must try to educate the people as to what has to be done, especially with the children. We would like to make the children of our country aware that we must preserve what we have very little of left. Otherwise, it will all disappear and we have nobody else to blame but ourselves.
So, and because of the diversity and the endemism meaning animals found in the Philippines, only here, and the threat, we become like number one in the priority of conservation.
Most of the animals that live in the center are found, donated, confiscated, or bred successfully within the compound. Whatever the origins, however, each species is found in the world's endangered list. As the center's ambassadors of Mother Nature, they endear themselves to visitors, encouraging them to help restore their natural habitat and save them from extinction.
Beautiful eyes! Beautiful eyes!
No taunting of the animals nga eh. Silly folk.
His house name is Gahud. Gahud in Ilonggo means noisy. You know, because like when there are a lot of visitors here, he likes to show off.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a hot endangered species.
Yeah.
Check me out. You'll never see me again.
Birds aren't the only species found here. The center is also home to a number of furry and friendly creatures, like the Visayan warty pig.
They look awfully familiar. Like Rovilson when he first started off, Gameplan.
But no doubt the pride of the place was the center's family of Visayan spotted deer, the most endangered deer of its kind in the world. Killed for their fur and meat and captured for bragging rights, the spotted deer has been bred successfully at the center, increasing their numbers one precious step at a time. Akiko has such a nice way with animals. Must be her smell.
To truly appreciate the efforts being done with the animals here, we got the rare chance to feed a litter of feisty felines, leopard cats, or morels as they're locally called, recently rescued from the wild. Although these guys are common in Southeast Asia, their numbers are rapidly dwindling in the Negros area, hunted down by farmers for destroying their crops and livestock.
Okay.
So precious, and I feel his heartbeat. I'm scared.
That's because it's alive, Keeks. The people behind NFEFI hope to one day return these animals to the wild once their natural habitats have been fully restored. Until then, the organization will keep on providing these endangered creatures with much-needed TLC. In return, these animals will continue to help educate and encourage the people to take affirmative action. It's truly a symbiotic relationship where man and animal unite to save a common cause.
I do pray that one day we will be able to be proud enough to say that here in Negros we did it. And we hope that the other people that are listening will see that. We hope that you will give back some to save the forest that is dwindling. It's your future, it's your children's future, and it is something that God had given to us as stewards to take care of.
While the Negros Forest Ecological Foundation is primarily a conservation center for land-bound species, there's another sanctuary that wildlife both inland and in water call home.
The Nougat Island is up next. If you'd like to become a member, donate money, adopt a tree or an animal, or would like to know more about the organization, just email the Negros Forest Ecological Foundation at nfefi@moscom.com. Remember, you too can make a difference.